Health care now, too, in the House Ways and Means Committee. Yesterday, setting it up so that Democrats can, if they want, use the so-called nuclear option to pass health care legislation through Congress without the 60 votes normally required on the Senate side. Now, the chairman of the House and Ways and Means Committee, Democratic Congressman Charlie Rangel, says, and quoting, the action was necessary because there's a possibility that a handful of Senate Republicans could choose to engage in partisan tactics to stall this important health care reform bill. What about that? Republican reaction now. Senator John Thune out of South Dakota. He's the chair of the Republican Policy Committee. And, Senator, good morning to you. How serious,
good morning, Bill,
on a piece of legislation like this, how serious is this possibility?
I think they're very serious about using reconciliation. That would be an abuse of legislative power. Reconciliation was not designed to do major substantive legislative policy like this. It was designed to do deficit reduction, either to increase taxes, to lower taxes, and but it seems to me at least that the House is laying the groundwork so that the Senate can exercise that option if they choose to, and we think that they aren't going to have the votes over here in the United States Senate to get to the 60-vote threshold, and that they would then have to fall back on reconciliation. But like I said before, it would be unprecedented to do it for this purpose, and in order to do health care reform, which is literally reorganizing 1/6 of our economy, and it would be an abuse and a misuse of reconciliation and an abuse of legislative power to do that.
Senator, on the Republican side right now, is that the strategy on the Senate side anyway, to filibuster this if it comes to the floor?
Well, what we want to do, Bill, is we would like to see health care reform, but we think it needs to be done in the right way, and that is not throwing everything overboard and doing this massive expansion of government here in Washington, D.C., but rather trying to fix step by step the problems and the shortcomings and the deficiencies in the healthcare system that we have today. We are not going to go for a $1.8 trillion expansion of the federal government that includes tax increases and raises premiums on people in this country. The ironic thing about all these bills so far is that they all increase the cost of health care to American consumers. The whole purpose of health care reform was supposed to be to drive that cost down. So Republicans are going to be very engaged in this debate. We hope that the Democrats won't resort to using reconciliation. That would be wrong. It would be unprecedented. It will have, I think, consequences down the road. But we are going to do everything we can to try and improve and make this product better.
Just to be clear on this, you're leaving the door open to filibuster this if it comes to that.
I think we're going to use make sure that our rights to have a fair debate in the Senate and to have our voices heard are preserved, and we will exercise the tools and the procedures that are available to us to do just that.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. Barack Obama was in Texas yesterday. He was in California at the end of the day. Many are remarking that it sounded more like a campaign, but this is part of what we heard anyway. This is from San Francisco late yesterday. Roll this.
I want everybody to know who are standing in the way of progress. I'm not tired. I'm just getting started. You can throw whatever you want at me. Keep it coming. We're going to get this done. We're going to get health care done. We're going to get clean energy done. We're going to get climate change done. We're going to fix our schools.
Health care, climate change, education. Your response, Senator?
Well, he's very bold. That was a partisan speech to a partisan audience. And I think my question, of course, Bill, would be, how are you going to pay for all these things? But the fact of the matter is he blames Republicans for standing in the way of this. They don't need Republicans. They've got a 60-vote majority in the United States Senate. They have an 80-vote majority in the United States House of Representatives. The reason that a lot of these things haven't happened is because he has problems within his own party on many of these issues. And the reason for that is the American people, I think, are weighing in. And a lot of Democrats in both the House and the Senate have great reservations about this agenda of more spending and more taxing and more borrowing.
Senator, thank you for your time today. You can anticipate sometime, we believe, maybe the next week or two, we're going to be watching this live debate play out on the Senate floor. That will be must-see TV. Senator John Thune, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.